As the commencement of the Atlantic hurricane season rapidly approaches, officially beginning on the 1st of June, the launch of 2 US Tropics satellites, which will be devoted to studying tropical storms and hurricanes, is perfectly timed. Moreover, in today's episode we will also discuss Russian spacewalk on the ISS and the departure of a Chinese cargo spacecraft. In a humorous coincidence, the launch of the hurricane tracking satellites had to be postponed for several days due to inclement weather. Nevertheless, on the 8th of April at 1 a.m. Universal Time, conditions were optimal and the Electron rocket was able to lift off from Pad 1B at Mahia Spaceport in New Zealand.
3, 2, 1.
Electron's 2 stages, in conjunction with an additional upper stage, delivered the payload into orbit at an altitude of 550 kilometers, with an inclination of 32 degrees to the equator. 35 minutes after the launch, the 2 Tropics satellites were released from their deployers.
From Mission Control, expected nominal payload deployment. Congratulations NASA and the Tropics team, and welcome to your new home.
In terms of size, they are diminutive satellites, each weighing only about 5.5 kilograms. The dimensions of 30 by 10 by 10 centimeters indicate that this is a so-called 3U CubeSat. This implies that the satellite is composed of 3 basic cubes with an edge length of 10 centimeters. NASA's 3 pairs of Tropics satellites were initially intended to be launched by Astrospace's Rocket 3. However, its launch with the first pair last June ended in a failure. Consequently, NASA determined that the remaining satellites would be launched on Electron rockets from Rocket Lab. The orbit of the Tropics satellites implies that they will spend the majority of their time over tropical regions of the world, areas where tropical storms and hurricanes form. Satellites in low Earth orbit already assist in studying these meteorological events, but often several hours elapse between their passes over a hurricane. Tropical storms develop very quickly, so scientists necessitate much more frequent updates. That is where the Tropics satellite comes in. As they fly over hurricanes much more frequently, scientists will observe updates every hour. The data from these satellites will thus aid in making decisions that could save many lives. The fact that the Tropics satellites are small does not detract from their capabilities. Engineers have managed to fit a cutting-edge 12-channel scanning microwave radiometer into a small volume. Its task will be to collect information about precipitation, temperature, and humidity in the atmosphere. From its data, it will be feasible to create a 3-dimensional structure of tropical storms. On May 3rd, Russian astronauts Sergei Prokopyev and Dmitry Petelin embarked on a spacewalk. Their mission was to relocate a small airlock. It had been waiting on the Rassvet module for more than a decade, and now its time had finally come. The 2 astronauts affixed it to the Nauka module, where it will be utilized to move experiments between the station's interior and the outer space. The Tianzhou 5 cargo spacecraft undocked from China's Tiangong station on May 5th. It had been at the station for 174 days. The next cargo spacecraft, Tianzhou 6, is due to depart for the station on the 10th of May. If you appreciate our work, we would be delighted if you gave the video a thumbs up or shared it among your friends who might be interested in this topic. Thank you for being with us.